But he was of his time. Like, everybody thought that back then. Let me introduce you to Edward and Catherine Despard, the 18th century power couple who adhered to the wild and levelling principle of universal equality. This is Edward. I'm afraid there's no picture of Catherine. Edward is from an Anglo-Irish family and he is the superintendent of British possessions in this place, the Bay of Honduras, which is modern-day Belize. Now, he didn't abolish slavery there or anything, but he ran the place without any distinction of age, sex, character, respectability, property, or colour. Basically, the way he divided the land up, you had just as much chance of getting land if you were a free black man than if you were a wealthy white settler. The rich white settlers did not like this. He also marries a free black Jamaican woman called Catherine, and they have a kid together. Later family members scrubbed her out of the family tree and called her his housekeeper, but she was his wife. So Edward's brought back to Britain to be imprisoned, and this is where he gets really radicalised. Meanwhile, Catherine is writing letters to everyone she can think of to try and get him out of prison. Her letters were so articulate that some people didn't believe she'd written them. The fair sex would pardon him if he said it was a little beyond their style. When Edward gets out, he gets involved in Irish republicanism, and then he gets charged with a conspiracy to assassinate King George and seize the Bank of England and the Tower of London. Now, how much he was actually involved in something like that, given that he'd only been to like one meeting since he'd got out of prison, is pretty debatable, but he was sentenced to be hanged, drawn and quartered. And this is 1803, like, we're not meant to be doing hanging, drawing and quartering anymore. In the end, thanks to Catherine's efforts, he gets the quartering part, like, taken off his sentence, but he still has to do the drawing part, which is like being taken to the execution place behind a horse, and then he's hanged and beheaded. In his gallows speech, which we think Catherine helped write, he said that his only crime was to be a friend to the poor and to the oppressed.